Welcome back, everyone. We have another McNees to talk about. And I did not bring this particular case, didn't have his business card and whatnot in it, but I will put a link to his website down below so that you can check it out. I will also put a link to my McNees playlist and a big thank you to my buddy Cliff up in Alaska for loaning this and all I'm gonna say all the McNees that I have ever videoed. He sent a box. He sent his whole collection down this time, but a couple of them he had sent me before. So I have to double check. There's two left in the box. One I know I have videoed for sure, and the other one I gotta check my playlist and see if I videoed the other one or not. I just can't remember. For some reason, I want to say I have videoed both of them, but I don't remember. But I will do a quick kind of McNees collection video coming up soon, also before I ship them all back to him. Cliff is very, very fortunate because when I ship back these knives, I am also going to ship him this custom Red Horse Knife Works Hellraiser with a beautiful, beautiful Senmai blade. I haven't filmed this one yet, and I need to. I've got several of these custom Hellraisers to film still. Those will be coming very shortly after the beginning of the year. I think we'll get them all filmed there for that very first part of January. So, yeah, Cliff, congrats on buying this one. And I like selling things to a friend. This, I helped the original owner sell this. And it's sold to Cliff, which is great because since it's a friend of mine, I have the option or the ability to maybe in the future talk him out of it so that I can get that Hellraiser back because it's really going to be a tough one to ship up. I just can't. I already bought 2 custom Hellraisers. I can't buy the third right now. Or the fourth that I actually have in my possession, but that's a different video. This is the McNees Ankylos, Ankylos. I know I'm butchering the name, but that's what it is. So let's dive into the specs now that I have rambled. Let's just get the specs out of the way, and then we'll talk about the knife. I want to love it, but there's a couple of issues. Stay tuned for that. It's 4 1/4 inches closed, 7 5/8 overall, 3.4-inch blade length with a 3.3-inch cutting edge. It is S35VN. It is 0.140 blade thickness, 0.445 overall thickness, weighs in at 3.8 ounces, and runs on bearings. Not drop shut, but very smooth. Doesn't take much shaking. It just takes a little bit of angle change and a little bit of pressure. So let's zoom in and take a close-up look at this. And I will zoom it a little bit more than 2 times because that's what it takes for my camera to start to focus. Really? Gosh darn it. Come on now. There. It shifted. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but... And now it's back. Whatever. Live TV, guys. A beautiful, beautiful stonewash finish. A very slight recurve. Got the maker's mark there. Rock pattern pivot with a little bit of ano. Little bit of just a plain titanium, kind of a stonewash titanium bolster. Faux bolster because it's all one piece. Lightly anode on the backside. I believe it is titanium hardware. It is a titanium clip. He does include the rock textured pattern in the lock bar cutout. S35 branding on the back. And just great access to the lock bar. He has a little bit of a cutout here, as well as the rock texturing. And there's rock texturing on the flipper tab. Okay, so all in all, it's a pretty nice. 2 issues I have. One, the pocket clip is a little bit difficult to insert into your pocket. It has a ramp there, but it's kind of got a lip that kind of crests over a little bit. So it's a little bit of extra work to get it in your pocket. But it works, and it's not bad. It's like a nitpick there. Okay. The flipper tab has some texturing, as you can see by the rock pattern, but not a lot of grip. It's just not. And there's a lock bar pressure. It's finicky about lock bar pressure. So if I keep my fingers off the lock bar completely, the detent is almost, I mean, it's not non-existent, but it's super light and it's very nice. Okay. If I put my fingers where you naturally would and it rests on the lock bar at all, the detent becomes hard and sometimes it locks up altogether and you can't open it because there's not enough jimping on the flipper tab. So if your fingers are in the wrong position on the lock side, you're going to slip off sometimes off the flipper tab. So a little bit of a kind of a nitpick, but kind of not. And that's kind of inherent of frame locks. There's always going to be some issue with lock bar pressure with your fingers on the back side. And this one, again, let me just grab it naturally. And yeah, so I consciously have to think about it every time that I flip this knife. And for me, that's kind of a thing I don't like. So other than that, though, it feels really good in the hand. I like the very stonewashed finish of everything. This is really a knife that you could use and carry and not worry about because it's just cool. The finish is a working man's finish, if you will. So let's do a couple of quick size comparisons now that I've rambled on about other things in this video. So thank you for indulging me. The number 2 pencil and a Sharpie. The Spyderco Delica. How about the AA and D cell batteries? Another thing that I was thinking about too is dollar bill. Everybody knows the size of a dollar bill, right? I'm trying to incorporate things that everybody knows because you may not know the Spyderco Delica. You may not know the Hellraiser. You may not know a custom knife that I bring out for a size comparison, but you know what a dollar bill looks like. So this was sent in from one of my very first viewers that loaned in a knife. I don't even remember exactly who it was now, but they sent this lucky dollar bill in and it sits right here on the back side of my review table. So I don't know, it's kind of a special dollar bill. How about the Koenig Arius? Since we're talking custom knives, let's talk about another custom Hellraiser. This one is one that I own now. I'm fortunate enough to have bought and owned this one. And how about a AAA Olight i3T? Again, just to give you some other size comparisons. So all in all, very cool knife. Lock bar sensitive, pressure and opening is just a little bit of a downer for me, if you will. So, but please go check out McNees website, link down below, as well as my McNees playlist with all of the McNees knives that I have had the honor and privilege to borrow and check out on the channel. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day, and we will talk to you tomorrow.